Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, the time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via Amazon, DHL, FedEx, United States Postal Service, UPS, that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings, and a whole lot more. And it's also the time of the week where we cover all the action figure news of the week, and we wrap it up all into a little ball, and we call it weekly purchases. So as usual, we always kick weekly purchases off with a recap of what we did on the channel this week, a lot of videos this week, as we're trying to get through a lot of figures so we can do our top 10, top 5 year-end list. And if you were paying attention this week, we did our top 5 Build-A-Figures of 2021, top 10 Marvel Legends of 2021 as well. A lot more lists to come as we celebrate all the figures that were in 2021. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of fun stuff. As every week through the rest of the year, we're going to have multiple top 5, top 10 lists. So if you like those, you came to the right place, the right month. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We also did our daily Star Wars unboxings in 2021. Coming to an end as 2022 is just around the corner. We got about 3 weeks worth of Star Wars videos left, so hopefully you guys are enjoying those out there. This week we talked all about a lot of different Star Wars figures, of course. One of my favorites of all time, Katid Cock. Everybody loves Cock out there, especially Katid Cock. So check out that unboxing if you missed it. We also did our Tuesday tradition, Jack's Classic Superstars. Those roll on as currently we're in the Toy Fair Wizard World exclusives. Just got a couple months left of the Jack's Classic Superstars videos as well. About a year and a half, over a year and a half at this point of videos for you guys to go back and check out if you're interested in those. New Japan Pro Wrestling from Super 7 this week. We've been working our way through. As of this, we're about halfway done with the set. I heard maybe we only got one left. And I think Naito is on Sunday, which is tomorrow if you're watching this on Saturday. So we'll finish off New Japan Super 7 Series 2. A little mixed bag, as you guys saw in the unboxing. So check that out if you're interested in that. And speaking of Super 7, we took a look at Thundercats Super 7, Slythe, Captain Crackers, and of course, Jaga out there. I love me some Thundercats. Loved unboxing those. Can't wait for more Thundercats. As you guys know, Series 5 is up for pre-order right now. As always, I recommend Big Bad Toy Store. You don't have to pay till they ship. That's such a deal out there. So Thundercats unboxings on the channel this week. We also did a blind WWE action figure unboxing. Old buddy of the channel, Sambro out there, sent me 2 random figures he thought I might get a kick out of, and boy, was he right. I did. It was a very interesting unboxing. So a little blind mystery unboxing. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, so it was just on the fly. So that was kind of fun. Power Rangers Lightning Collection Pudgy Pig. We unboxed that one on the channel. One of those figures that even if you don't collect Power Rangers, I think you could find some interest in. So check that one out. That was a very fun figure. Marvel Legends Sandman, finally got that one. Took a while. Finally got Marvel Legends Sandman. Did a lot of comparisons in that video, so check that one out. Neca and American Werewolf in London. Couldn't wait to unbox that one, so I did unbox that on the channel this week. Very, very interesting. Beautiful, beautiful werewolf figure. Yeah, werewolf figure. Neca, they're giving us another werewolf figure, the old Universal Monster one in 2022. So it's like the years of the werewolf, I guess we'll call it. Top 10s, we talked about those, and then of course we did our weekly fig hunt. Every single Friday I wrap up all my figure hunting of the week, and I throw it into a video, and I drop it on Friday around 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern, depending where you're at. We dropped that, so you can see a lot of stuff, and you'll see some of that stuff I found there on the hunt this week. Some decent times out on the hunt. As we've talked about, there was supposed to be this massive toy shortage for the holidays, and I think that was all hype. It seemed very strange to me because 2020, if you guys lived through figure hunting of that, empty pegs across the board. 2021 Christmas season, jam-packed shelves out there. Jam-packed. You watch my figure hunt, you can see it out there. Obviously, not every single store is that way, but all the ones I hit are, so I'm guessing a lot of your guys' stores are a lot more full than they were a year ago. I almost wonder if it was some kind of hype that was drummed up to get extra sales. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of stuff on the store pegs right now, which is actually inhibiting other figures to hit the shelves because they're full of the old stuff. I guess it's a good problem to have, but if you're looking for something, you got an easier time than I think a lot of us assumed it would be this time of the year. So if you're doing your Christmas shopping, there's still time. There's still time to get that gift out there. So that was basically the week this week on the channel, but then we also did a deep dive video into the Rancor madness, which is a segue into the first topic of weekly purchases here. I'm not going to go into all the Rancor talk. I did a video just on it. I think a lot of people that even if you're not into the Rancor, you might get some use out of that. You might just get some pro-life tips out there for business, just business 101, how things operate. because so many people, and that was one thing I didn't touch on in the video, was the negativity on the Rancor. People rooting for it to fail, which I just don't understand. If you're not buying it, why would you root against it? Why would you try to persuade people not to get it? We saw that with the Ring as well. I don't understand it at all, but you know, people are people these days. But that Rancor video, there's a lot of deep dive, a lot of topics there, and I think there's a lot of questions that most people maybe aren't asking themselves. How do these companies make money? And the big one out there is a lot of people compare, how come Neca can do this or Mythic Legions can do this but Hasbro can't? It's not the same business. You can't put all businesses in the same box. It just doesn't work that way. Everybody has different overhead. Hasbro, as we know, a major company. With major companies, what comes with that? Major expenses, 401ks, stockholders, car insurance, company cars, all that stuff. And tons of other stuff. And where NECA, they don't have as many employees. They don't have the same games. Star Wars, the license for Star Wars, you think that's cheap at all? NECA and American Werewolf in London, probably not the cheapest property to license. Star Wars, probably the most expensive. So you got to put that into the cost. There's so much more that people don't want to understand, or they turn a blind eye to. And I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I just thought it was an interesting dynamic and a lot of complaints out there, but nobody was touching on that stuff. So I felt I could do a video where I could give somebody some info out there. So there's that. But the Rancor finished with 8,533 of the 9,000, a little over 400 short. Very disappointing. I think if the Rancor Keeper was there from day one, I think it would have got to the 9,000. But I think the negativity around it convinced a lot of people not to get in, which is kind of sad because I get it. You got to vote with your wallet, and most people voted with their wallet not to pick, but it's not for everybody. So you can't say, oh yeah, 10 billion people chose not to back it. Well, there's not 10 billion collectors. It's a niche of a niche all the way down. But it is what it is. And I know there's been a lot of rumors that we're going to see the Rancor in the Star Wars world in some Disney Plus episodes. No spoiler alert, possibly. But I don't know. If that was timed a little bit better, maybe Rancor Madness would have really took off. People would have said they want it. A lot of people have said, do we feel the Rancor will still come out? I don't think so anytime soon. I don't think in the next couple of years. I don't know how they would spin that. If you come out with it, you're basically saying the HasLab means nothing. We're going to come out with it anyways. But they have put the tooling into it. They have done some work into it. I got to think it's just on the back burner. 5 years from now, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, something like that. I don't know what the market will be, how that'll go, but you think it would come out. I guarantee you that Luke Skywalker figure that's new and retooled and all that, I guarantee that's coming to the Black Series. Rancor Keeper, I said from day one, that's coming to the Black Series. I think it was already planned to release around the time of the release of the Rancor, so I think he will come. We're just not going to have our Rancor. Just disappointing times, but it is what it is. Check out that deep dive video. I think there's, like I said, a lot of interesting points I think some of you guys might get a kick out of. Maybe not, but I did that. Then the other HasLab that everybody cares about here is the Sky Striker. That one really caught fire the last day, much like the Galactus or the Ring or some of the other HasLabs we've seen. 16,739 was the final total of 10,000 needed. Coming out in spring 2023, so they're going to be sitting on your money for a heck of a long time. That is the business these days. But very interesting, the Sky Striker. I love it because I love G.I. Joe. I'm glad they did this. I just wish I was getting it, but you guys know I've talked about it. I can't collect that many G.I. Joe lines. You can't collect everything, and I'm not going to go in and get the O-rings, Joes, and all that stuff again. I'm sticking with the Super 7, sticking with the Classified, and Walmart 3 3/4. I think that line's dead. If it is truly dead, hey, I'm done with that line. I'm collecting two G.I. Joe lines, but very cool. G.I. Joe fans, I love y'all. I'm glad you get this. I'm glad you're excited about the Sky Striker. It's a very cool piece out there. So there it is. There's a little HasLab recap this week. The good, the bad, the ugly is what that's about. But moving on to some wrestling figure news this week. And I should say, hey, it's a slow news week out there. It's a slow news week because, hey, guess what? A lot of people are taking time off. The holidays are coming. Not a ton of news out there. So it's a bit slow on the news and a bit so-so on the pickups this week. Not the biggest week, not the smallest week. And we'll get into that like we always do in the back half. But wrestling figure news this week. FTC back again with some more announcements. Not sure when this is coming out. 2022 at best, possibly early 2023. But FTC coming with a first time in any wrestling figure line, as far as I remember. We're getting old Brad Armstrong, WCW stalwart out there, part of the Armstrong family, of course. Hey, I'm here for it. I love it when characters that we never thought would or did get figures are getting one. just FTC is so hit and miss, as we've seen on the channel. For every PCO and Kiss Demon, man, they got Shane Douglas and some of the other ones out there. So it's just really up and down roller coaster. I would love to see Brad Armstrong in a different line, maybe Mattel Elite, Jazzwares. I don't think that's ever going to happen, though. I just don't think he's a big enough name. I just don't see it happening. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. But if you're into Brad Armstrong, if you're into First Time in the Line, if you're into FTC, hey, Brad Armstrong's coming for you. And like I said, we already got Alex Wright. He is shipping now, so I know some people have been picking up that Alex Wright figure. Then Chelly's making a heck of a lot of news this week with the British Bulldog, Dynamite Kid British Bulldogs, coming with the Bulldog as well, but that is starting to ship in the next week or so. So if you pre-ordered a Cella Retro Davey Boy, why do I want to say Davey Boy Smith? Dynamite Kid, duh. Dynamite Kid, hey, it's coming soon. So I got one of those. That should be coming in the next few weeks. I'm still on the fence. Do I unbox these Cellas or do I leave them on card? I'm about 75% it's time to start unboxing these. So I think that's where I'm going. We'll probably do an unboxing on the channel, but we'll see where it goes. But he is coming soon, and it looks pretty good to me. But then speaking of Cella toys, on Friday, pre-order went up on Wrestling Trader UK. I had never heard of this website, but I am also not from the UK, but I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch this know all about it. But Al Snow went up there, and surprise, we got 3 different packaging variants, kind of artwork like his head, and then the traditional packaging. For me, I'm all about the traditional packaging. But unfortunately, I got up to order this thing, and I thought there had to be a mistake, as I think it was $34 for the figure. Shipping was $41. Ouch. I said, I can't do this. As much as I want this Al Snow figure, you know, 15 bucks, I'll pay that. I'm not paying $41. But I know a lot of you people out there saying, I'm from the UK or wherever, and we got to pay a ton to ship figures over. I get it. That absolutely sucks. I feel bad for all you guys. And like I always say, you got to vote with your wallet at the end of the day. If you pay that shipping, you're voting that it's acceptable and it's okay to you. I'm saying on this Cella Al Snow, there's no way I can justify $41 shipping on a $34 figure. Just that math just doesn't work. As my old 8th grade social studies teacher, he would say, Kyle, that dog don't hunt. And that's exactly what it is. That dog don't hunt for me. I just can't do it. And I'm hoping some kind of U.S. importer-exporter. Is there an importer-exporter out there anywhere? I'm hoping somebody buys a bunch of these and sells them to the U.S. for a little bit of a markup. I hope that's the case. I think I heard somewhere on social media that it was $41 no matter how many figures you bought. So I got to think somebody will buy 20 of those and sell them. And who knows? Maybe I'll find somebody, I'll go in on them with them or something. I don't know. But I'd really like this Al Snow figure. I just don't know if I could stomach. As of right now, I can't stomach a $41 price point. But I do feel for you guys out there that are overseas wanting to get stuff from the U.S., for example, because I know you have to deal with this all the time. And I just can't imagine paying, you know, $40 shipping for a Trish Stratus Elite that we just recently got. That's just a god-awful figure. But it is what it is. So, you know, vote with your wallet at the end of the day, like I always say. Then the big surprise announcement this week, Thursday night, old Kyle. I've had a long week this week. You talked about it last week, weekly purchases. I was in some intense training at work this week, just all-day training. So, you know, you love being in training for 8-9 hours, and then you got your 10, 11-hour workday ahead of you once you're done with that training. That's brutal, and that's why I am just dog-tired tonight as I've been working and working. I said, I got to film weekly purchases. I've never missed a weekly purchase. I better film it. Lucky for me, like I said earlier, slow news week, so I get a little bit of a break there, but I've had a long work week this week. But Thursday, I was just mentally exhausted, and I looked at my phone, and up on Big Bad Toy Store, good friend of the channel, Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below, they had Masters of the WWE Universe Origins Series 7 and 8 up for pre-order. Very interesting turnaround, as we know those are supposed to be Walmart exclusives. Well, Big Bad Toy Store in about 2 hours sold out of both sets. They went quick. Lucky for me, you don't pay till it ships. You guys know that. So I did get my orders in for 2 sets of each of those, and then we'll see what happens. I have Series 7 pre-ordered at Walmart, and then Series 8 never went up for pre-order. They are hitting stores in select areas very hard. If you see the eBay listings, just absolutely outrageous. Says both sets are shipping in January. We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I get my Walmart ones and I can just take them back to the store because I'll have a receipt or I'll flip them or whatever. Who knows what we'll do with them. But we'll see if we get all these. But I'm just telling you, if you watch my figure hunting videos, I have about 11 Walmarts I think I hit this week. Only one of those Walmarts actually had pegs for the Masters of WWE Universe. That's not a good sign. That means they're not going to go to the shelf because they don't know where to put them, or they're going straight to clearance to get rid of them, or they're not coming at all to the stores. And I think a lot of you guys are probably in that same boat out there. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll just be sold online. That's how they'll get rid of them. Or they're canceled and they said, you know what, we're sending them to Big Bad Toy Store. We're sending them to Big Lots. We're cutting and running. That's it. That final set with Stone Cold, China, and Rey Mysterio, I think that will be, since it is the last set, and historically those last sets are not made in the numbers of the prior sets. Think of the green card Hasbros back in the day, for example. There's tons of examples. I do think that will be a hefty price tag set down the line. So if you're investing in toys out there, I don't know why you would. Put it in your 401k. But if you are investing in toys, I think that would be a sleeper set to invest in. Hopefully you guys got yours off Big Bad Toy Store if you're looking for that. Or better yet, stay tuned. Wait till February at the latest. Don't be paying $700 for a set on eBay. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Don't do it. Pro tip of the video here. So there is that. And I forgot to mention, we're in the midst of holiday sweater season. Every weekly purchases this month, I got so many holiday sweaters. I'm busting out a different holiday sweater. And today, Black Label Society, Zach Wild, representing today. So that's what I got going on for my holiday sweater. Hopefully you're wearing a holiday sweater as you watch this. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, we're connected. There it is. A little bit of miscellaneous news this week out there. Mythic Legions on Sunday. I dabble in the Mythic Legions. You know that. I dabble. I got a couple more coming. He-Man inspired is really where I want to be, but I'm picking up a few things here and there. And one that stole my heart and never let go was a surprise drop they had on Sunday. They dropped a quantity on Sunday morning, a quantity Sunday night. So depending where you live, you had an equal chance, I guess, kind of. But they dropped Krampus. Very interesting. Krampus, quite the character out there. I'll never forget I think I was in high school German or college German, early college German. That was the first time I really ever heard of Krampus. I got to watch this crazy video. We've talked about Kyle's college German class before. Oh, what a time to be alive that was. But that was where I first heard of Krampus. Then he stole my heart, never let go. Then he came out in a movie, and he's everywhere these days. And Big Bad Toy Store, as you know, has that pre-order on that Krampus Santa Naughty or Nice collection out there. I was thinking about getting that, and then this came along. I said, no, I'm going with the Mythic Legions. I got my pre-order in just fine. The morning sold out pretty quick. But both of them, if you were on the ball, if you were there around the time, you could get them. So hopefully you got your Krampus. And apparently it's shipping. It said it was supposed to be here today of weekly purchases. It hasn't even moved. The tracking hasn't even moved yet. Maybe next Saturday's weekly purchases. But I think that would be a great Christmas week unboxing. I'm going to try to do as many holiday-themed unboxings as I can Christmas week. So we'll see what happens with that. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. All that kind of fun stuff. So there's that with Krampus Mythic Legions. I thought that was pretty cool. We also got, last week I forgot this. I forgot this on my notes, so we're going to cover it this week. Because you guys know I'm a heavy metal guy. I love me some heavy metal. Iron Maiden, one of my all-time favorite bands. Knuckle Bones statues. You guys ever seen these? I've got some Lemmy ones, Rob Halford, Glenn Tipton, KK Downing, Megadeth. I got a bunch of these statues. They are really cool for heavy metal collectible statues. Well, they're coming out with this 3D statue of Iron Maiden Number of the Beast album cover. I don't know if you guys saw this. Limited edition, only 1,982 of these are going to be made. I think they're $200, so a little bit pricey, but they do have payment plans on there if you want to do that. But a very, very cool thing. And like I said, those knuckle bones, top-notch quality. They seem to have gotten a lot better over the years as well. And man, they hold their value as well. I had a Ronnie James Dio, the first edition one. It was $100 back in the day. And I had somebody offer me $800 for it, and I just couldn't turn it down. I said, yeah, I love Dio. I love you, Ronnie. But I got it $800. That's quite the investment in like a year, so I couldn't turn that down. So a lot of these end up being pretty much very valuable statues, I guess, in the long run. And I got to think Iron Maiden, that limited amount. You guys know how many Iron Maiden fans there are in the world. There's tons. There's dozens. There's more than dozens. There's quadrozens. I don't know, billions out there, really. I don't know if I'm going to pick this up, though. We'll see. Playing a little bit of that waiting game. I got to figure it out. But Iron Maiden also had an announcement last week that made me excited. Probably a lot of you guys excited out there. For me, they're coming to South Dakota and Chicago. I'm going to go to one of those shows. They're coming back to the United States on tour. Even if you kind of like Iron Maiden, or if you don't like Iron Maiden, we're seeing one show of them. There's not a lot of stage shows in the rock metal genre like that. There is none. So many cool things going on. There's all kinds of stuff. You know, I took my daughters as very small children to these. They didn't know what they were seeing, but they love the explosions, they love the pyro, they love the fire, they love the animatronic eddies coming out, the blow-up devil eddy. Beautiful, beautiful. I recommend seeing one Iron Maiden show in your life. Tell them Kyle sent you. There you go. So there's that. And then finally, the last news of the week, Marvel Fan First Friday next week, Thursday. So we'll have probably some new pre-orders. They're doing their top 5 best of list on there. Always a good watch out there. Unfortunately, Kyle will be knee-deep in meetings that day, so I'll have to watch it later on that night. So crazy month this month. And a crazy album of the week this week is we got Lordiversity. Superfly Trap. Oh my gosh, what a mouthful. Lordi is an interesting band. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, you don't. I really do enjoy Lordi. They've gotten a little interesting the last few albums out there, but they always have at least one banger out there that I enjoy. And I love masks. I love face paint. I love heavy metal. So of course I love stuff like this. But an interesting album. I would say nowhere near their best, of course, because it is disco themed, which is very interesting, but they are a tongue-in-cheek band. I was happy to see them one time in concert. I think it was Lawrence, Kansas. I don't know, 5-6 years ago, something like that. But it's an interesting one. If you're starting with Lordi, I wouldn't start there. Start with their first album. I think that's what most people know. Or watch their movie. Yeah, they have a movie out there if you didn't know. But that's what I listened to this week. I still got so many albums to listen to. Hopefully I get through them all, but threw Lordi up there because that was the last thing I listened to this week and fresh off my brain. So there you go. That's how that goes. And how about a giveaway? I almost forgot. I should have probably promoted that at the beginning here. But we're going to do a giveaway. Since the Twitter giveaway winner never responded back, never got to me, so I guess they told me they didn't want these Ultimate Warriors. They just were happy to support the channel and retweeting and liking and all that stuff, but they didn't want the figures, I guess, because they didn't reach back to me. But I got this Ultimate Warrior Basic. There he is right there, looking only like an Ultimate Warrior Basic could look. And, of course, Ultimate Warrior Classic Superstar. So I'm going to try this again, and this time we're going to YouTube. If you're watching here, you can be entered. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So you have to be subscribed to the channel. You have to like this very video, give it the old thumbs up, and then you have to leave me a comment down below, whatever you want. Do you love the Ultimate Warrior? That you love Black Label Society? That you love Krampus? That you love Iron Maiden? That you love Kyle's Weekly Purchases video? Whatever you want to put down there. I guess if you put something negative, I'm not picking you. I'll skip over you, or my kids will skip over you when they pick the winner. But yeah, leave me a comment below, like this video, be subscribed to the channel. That's all it takes. And one of you guys will win this, but I would recommend following me at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, because guess what? You got to watch Weekly Purchases next week. You got to be able to get a hold of me, so you're not going to be able to do that through YouTube. You probably don't want to post your address and all that kind of stuff, so you probably want to follow me on social media so you can talk to me so I can get these shipped to you. So there it is, Ultimate Warrior YouTube giveaway coming in hot. So there it is. There's the news at the top. Now let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. All right, guys, let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. A lot more pickups than I expected this week. It's the slow time of year. I expect next week to be fairly slow, but I said that about this week. But somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle, we'll call it. But we got to start off hot. One of the hottest starts to weekly purchases ever. And I got to thank one person. I got to thank Midwest Wrestling legend Gage Octane, trained, of course, by Harley Race. Don't forget that out there. Old Gage Octane, he was hitting the old local Walmart. He was hitting it up, and he sent me a little text message, a little picture, and he said, hey, you need this? And I couldn't believe it, what he had, and I said, yes, I do need this. And this is what it was, AEW Unrivaled Jon Moxley Chase Edition. How about that? Everybody knows Kyle loves a pirate, especially a Jon Moxley pirate with an eye patch. Arr, mateys. Like Captain Cracker, almost all over again. But yeah, old Midwest Wrestling legend Gage Octane hit me up and said, hey, I need this. I said, whoa, I do need that. I'll take that. And he said, sure, I'll get it for you. And I said, well, what do you want for it? He knows it's worth money. And I said, you let me know. I'll give you a nice finder's fee for it. And he said, you know what? Good brother Kyle. Just pay retail for it. I know it's going to a good home. Unless you're planning on selling it on eBay or something like that, then split the profits with me. But if you're keeping it for your personal collection, hey, you just hang on to it. And that's exactly what he did. So kudos, Gage Octane out there. Good brother. One of the best brothers out there. Hooking me up. Now I just got to find his kid one of those Go-Jitsu things. And I got to be on the eyes for more than meets the eye, some Transformers out there for him that he's looking for. So once again, thank you, Gage Octane. Happy to have another rare and one I really like, actually enjoy, Jon Moxley figure to the collection. So kudos, Gage Octane. And how about some Marvel Legends this week? We did the top 10 Build-A-Figures, top 10 figures of the year. Now we get the Excalibur 3-pack, finally in through Hasbro Pulse. I cannot wait for this one. Captain Britain is probably my deep-cut love Marvel X-Men character, Excalibur character. It's funny, I actually tried to do a custom when I was about 11 years old. I tried to turn a Captain America figure into him, and you can just imagine how bad it looked when I drug my dad. My dad was always up for a good time, and we went to like a hobby store, and I got some crazy paint and stuff. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. It looked just atrocious, but I loved it. I loved it. So there you go. Excalibur 3-pack through the door, and then of course as well, a little dinged box, which is unfortunate. Good thing I'm an opener guy. Got old Johnny Storm out there, Fantastic Four, so we'll unbox that on the channel eventually. Eventually we'll call it. What else we get this week? You saw this on my figure hunt this week. Oh, Isaiah Swerve Scott. Yeah, old Swerve Scott. He was just chilling on the pegs. Interesting. One thing I will notice, look at the card. He's falling off the card. Every single figure from this set was falling off the card. So Mattel didn't put enough glue on here. Not necessarily Mattel, but the factory, but I guess they're guilty. So watch out if you're looking for on-card, which I know not a lot of people collect on-card basics. I also saw another Walmart that had these. Same thing, peeling off the card. So we got some bad glue with this one. It's unfortunate out there. So we got that. Fortnite? Yeah, Fortnite. Why not? I did finally come across one of those Fortnite arcade machines. Figured, you know what the heck? I'm working on a sweet Ninja Turtle display right now currently, as you guys know. I figured this would go great in my sewer headquarters for the turtles out there. So I picked up this week. I thought that was pretty cool. One of my local buddies out there said, hey, I'm out of the Masters of the Universe game. You want a deal? I need to get rid of all these figures. I don't want them. I just want them gone. I figured you might be interested. And I was interested, but not really interested. But he shot me the price, and it was so low. I said, you know what? I'm going to take these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. There is one I do need out of this, but the rest I think the kids can play with. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I ended up with another Panther. So I got Panther right there. Of course, Battle Cat. You can't have Panther without Battle Cat. But these were, I got all these for about the cost of Castle Grayskull. And you guys know what that cost. But got that. Got Prince Adam. Oh, no stranger, old Prince Adam right there. We've seen him a million times over the last year. Got the Wind Raider. You guys know this. Can always have enough Wind Raider. You can never have enough. I think I have 10 of these now. I need to get rid of a couple. I'm thinking one of these days they'll be worth a ton of money. I can trade them for something. Or something along them lines. But I got the Wind Raider, of course. Prince Adam. Got He-Man out there. Who doesn't need another He-Man? I'm sure I can find a use. He-Man, why don't you ride on Panther right now? I'll keep those here for now. Got that. And then, of course, Cronus and Keldor. Now, this is the one I really needed. And if you guys, it's Saturday, so if you're watching this as it drops, these are $23 a pack right now at Target. You can get those. If you're playing a little of that long game, save 10 bucks. But I did want another one of these because I wanted to keep Skeletor together. Because I have mine that I have open. I have it as Keldor. I wanted one as Skeletor, and that's what I got going on right here. Got to think of a reason, something to do with Cronus here. But I got those as well. So we got those two. There it is. And then, of course, I got the Sorceress. Sorceress that comes with Castle Grayskull. So you can't have that Sorceress and not have Castle Grayskull, right? So we got another Castle Grayskull. Sometimes you need 2 Castle Grayskulls in your life, or 3 I think I have now, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Kids can play with it, probably not. Take it to work, put it in my office at work, maybe, I don't know, but I couldn't refuse it for the price of all this stuff. And like I said, I was going to spend 20 bucks on another Keldor and Skeletor, so I justified it in my own collector's mind. You guys do the same thing. I know you do. You got to justify it to yourself sometime. But I got some doubles. We'll see where it goes. Maybe fodder. Maybe I can make some customs. I can figure something out along the way. Oh, and then another one. Another Sky Sled. So now I got another Sky Sled as well. So I'm rich. When it comes to Sky Sleds, man, I'm rich. I'm a Sky Sled millionaire. I'm a Jedi points billionaire with a B. I'm just living my best life out there. What can I say? Target, or not Target, Walmart actually. You guys saw that in Figure Hunt. I'm a creature of habit on my figure hunts. I always go the same pass, everything. It's kind of, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to jinx something. I said, this time I'm going to go total kamikaze through the store, and it paid off. I went down a weird way, and I found a shipper of Star Wars Vintage Collections, and I saw the droid here, and I needed the Death Star droid, and I said, oh, there it is. It was meant to be. I went that crazy way for a reason. It all worked out in the end, so I got that this week. And then you guys saw my figure hunting video this week as well. I got Andra. There it is, Masters Universe Revelations Series 3. I was very happy to see these, very surprised. You could hear it in my voice. Oh my gosh, there it is. There they are. And I got the ones I really wanted, but I was missing one key individual. I got Fisto, of course, one of my all-time favorites. Everybody loves Fisto. Everybody loves a fist. He's going to fist every single person here. That's what Fisto's going to do. And then, of course, Stinkor, a very, very cool villain as well. I do love these. There's some things I don't like about these figures, and some I like better than others, but as a whole, the Revelation line is pretty fun out there. It gives me that Classics vibe without the Classics price point is what it does. So I got 3. Unfortunately, Scareglow was the only one people took. They all wanted Skeleton. A glow-in-the-dark Skeleton, who wouldn't want that? I totally get it. I totally understand that, and that's what happened there. So I did not, unfortunately, get Scareglow. I guess I'll find him next week out on the hunt, hopefully. All right, we continue on here. I got a little bit of Micro Brawler action. I'm not a big Micro Brawler guy, but if you guys saw last week, Ring of Honor had a huge sale on their site, and my kids really wanted one of these, so I said okay. And I already had one, but I've kept it on card. But a Danhausen Micro Brawler, only $15 each. I thought that was a pretty good deal, and I ended up buying 3 of them just to save on shipping and everything else. You could get 3. It cost the same, so I said, yeah, what the heck. Figured I could use these for trade bait. Who knows? Sell them one day. Whatever. I don't really invest in that kind of stuff, but I figured I might have one open. My kids will take one, and I might just have one for a rainy day. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then old good brother Sambro, we mentioned him at the beginning of the show. He sent quite the care package. Very, very nice of him this week. He gave my daughters both something. He gave Elle, if you guys see Elle on the figure hunt, she's always on the Squishmallow hunt, so we gave her that. Emma, our favorite Chucky impersonator out there, he gave her a pretty nice Chucky shirt, which was really kind of him. And then he gave me a Lemmy figure, and I don't know if he knew or maybe I said it one time or told him, but I was looking for another one of these. I was playing a little of that long game. And I'm going to open him up, and I'm going to put him in my Star Wars display. Don't you think Lemmy would look great at the Mos Eisley Cantina? I think so, and exactly that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open him up, put him in the Mos Eisley Cantina, and Lemmy will just be rock and roll. Maybe he'll sit in with the band. Who knows? Who knows? Stay tuned. Then we had a few other things this week. We're running out, but I bought a bunch of these. If you stay tuned to my social media out there, Amazon had a big sale on these. There's 2 different sizes. Only the small size have come so far. There's some kind of delay. I don't know. I'll get them eventually, I guess. But I think these were $6.99. As you guys know, I'm working on a lot of displays right now, so I got a bunch of these at the $6.99 price point. Got to get a deal. Even if you save $1, it all adds up. I say it all the time. Get the best deal you can because it helps you pay for other things. Then you could justify it in your collector's mindset. Well, I just saved $20 on these. I could put that towards another figure. That's how you do it. And that's how you convince your wife out there, too, if you need to. We got a couple of more things this week. I talked about this earlier. Neca and American Werewolf in London. We unboxed this on the channel, but it came after weekly purchases. But I was so enjoyable to get this bad boy out of the package. I had to get after it. But there it is. There's the package for that one. Very, very solid. Very cool to get a werewolf. I recommend picking that one up. Check out the video. Check out the unboxing. Final 2 things, I think. I'm looking around. Final two things and a bit of a sleeper. I think I posted links for both of these guys as well. Kotal Khan and the Joker, Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 running wild with actual Mortal Kombat characters, but not the ones we think of when we think Mortal Kombat. The Joker, I don't really think Mortal Kombat when I think Joker, but here we are, McFarlane, coming to town with the Joker, coming to town with Kotal Khan. Very, very interesting. We'll unbox these on the channel. I'm not sure what I think about either of these, but I'll probably come to a decision once I get them out of the package. Sound good? Sounds good to me. So there it is. A mixed bag weekly purchases. Not the biggest, not the smallest, but a few things this week. And I expect about the same as, once again, we're at kind of the slow time of the year. New stuff will start hitting hard. New Spider-Man animated series retro wave. Got to think that's coming here in the next couple of weeks as well. So we'll be on the lookout. Things will be going crazy as they always do. That's just the way of the fig life out there. But what I ask of you guys is, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend, post it, retweet, post stuff on social media. Say, hey, you guys should check out the old Kyle Peterson weekly purchases video. I would appreciate it out there. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, like I said. Make sure you follow me on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel, pick up a t-shirt, and thanks to you guys that did this week. A lot of people picking up shirts, so very kind of you guys out there. I do truly, truly appreciate it. So, you know what I'm doing next. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend, and I will see you guys all real soon.